Hello and good morning. How are you? I thought today's video would polish up on what I did. I think sometime in June. Excuse me. And the title of this video is going to be called "Powerful Evidence." I will post pictures later. Powerful evidence and historical reasons why black rappers, black thugs endorse Donald Trump. Of course, before you anti-Republican try to jump on the bandwagon when you hear the terminology or the word thug, please do not get excited. I'm not regarding Donald Trump, to be a thug by any means. However, just to use a biblical theme, when Jesus said, "My sheep hears my voice, and they know me and follow me," hence why I'm a good Christian, because I know Jesus' voice. I don't listen to the false church. I don't listen to the false pastors. My faith is built on Christ because I listen to him. He's my shepherd. So I know his voice. Sometimes in this wilderness, there are so many voices, the political voices, that we can get lost in this maze, in this fog. But if we have perception and we start to cut through this fog, obviously the fog will disappear. And the voices that these rappers were trying to bring across to the black race is that they were down, they were keeping it real, and they were gangsters and criminals, and black people bought into that criminal cultural psychology. Black people got turned on, they almost jerked off to it, gave them delight. As a child in a candy store, believing that these black thugs were legit. They were real criminals living in the hood. But anyone who's familiar with conservatives in England or Republican in America knows that it is a positive party. It's about economy, materialism, loving yourself, believing in yourself, and enterprise. So obviously, so thus that's the reason why you do not get, if you like, the trash. If you like, you don't get the trash. The hood rats who are going to support, Republican or vice versa conservatives, because that is not what they're about. Okay, chavs, which is an English term for white trash or black trash, will never support Republicans or conservatives, because conservative Republicans stand for family values, used to, right? Family values, tradition, and business. It doesn't stand for being on welfare and Medicare and finding excuses not to work for a living. So trash is not going to support the Republican Party. However, we then have to ask the question, if trash is not going to support the Republican Conservative Party, what kind of people support them? Especially when we have thugs, inverted commas, rappers, gangster rappers. These are men who are in their videos showing them shooting, selling drugs and pimping, and they're supporting Donald Trump. While the black community is supporting the Democrats, these black rappers are supporting the likes of Snoopy Dogg, Ice Cube, amongst many, who are endorsing Donald Trump. Now, who then, sidetracking slightly, so this idea that Donald Trump is a racist, it doesn't hold much weight, because he's got pictures of him with black rappers, even Mike Tyson. And Donald Trump made videos where he defended Mike Tyson, saying Mike Tyson couldn't have been a rapist, because of certain evidence which came to light, and were obviously at the time hidden. But the idea that Donald Trump is a racist, doesn't hold weight, no water. In fact, there's holes in the bucket. So what kind of rappers and why would they support Donald Trump? These black thugs, these black rappers. Quite simply, these black thugs, these rappers, they're not really, as you call it, down with the poverty of the black community. My head's looking a bit messy today. They're not really down, right? You know, with the black community. They're not really, if you like, empathizing with the black race. How can you? If you are living in a mansion with your own swimming pool, your own cinema room, how can you be down? Maybe you black people who support rap music, maybe you can answer this video. How can you empathize with a street culture? A dirty street culture. Did you know that Snoopy Dogg sends his gangster children to private school to be well educated? Snoopy Dogg does not allow his children to mix with the low-life black people. Did you know that? Did you know that most of these so-called fake black thugs, some of them had fathers who were pastors, or they went to ballet school, learned how to dance, you know, nice beautiful ballet. Yes, these black thugs did ballet. Look at what's his name? What's his name? Tupac. Look at Tupac. His earlier videos look like a girl. If you thought I look like a girl, you only see Tupac. Look like a girl. If you don't believe me, challenge me and I'll send you a clip. You know, Tupac looked like a girl. In fact, there were rumors that Tupac was homosexual because of some of the innuendos in his videos and pictures that he was taking of himself. That only a gay man would do those kind of pictures. The black community is being conned to live a culture of poverty, negativity by these rappers who are endorsed by Jews to keep down the black race and the black family. But it's only natural that these rappers are going to support Donald Trump. Why? Money supports money. If these rappers really had no family values, if these rappers really were destructive as they tried to pretend, they would not be supporting Republicans. I remembered when I first started out, and I was only living in England, it's called a bedsit, which is one room, and that is it. So all I had was one room. And when I first started to teach keyboard and singing lessons, and one of the notes, if a note goes on your keyboard, you have to change the whole octave of 8 notes. However, that's not the point. And this guy who came round to my humble, bedsit, came round and we got talking. And this, I was living in modest means, meager means when I first started out. And he said to me, "Oh, I presume you vote Conservatives." And I thought, how did you know? This is a white man who lived in a very rich area. And I said, "How did you know?" Because although I was living in one small room, because I had a business, and my attitude, he knew I did not vote Labour or, in America, Democrat. He didn't stand to reason, right? It was how small your business is, no matter how poor your family is. If you have traditional values, family values, you're going to vote Republican. Rappers are no different. When Snoopy Dogg made his video of him shooting Donald Trump, he was lying. He was playing to black dumbness. He was playing to the black culture, making money from black culture, when in reality, him and Donald Trump were very good friends. When I put on a music show in Wolverhampton, celebrating Wolverhampton being a city, who did I invite to open the show? David Chambers, the Conservative MP. I didn't invite Democrats. I didn't invite Labour. I invited Conservatives. Why? Because I don't believe in the liberal agenda. I hate the liberal agenda. And therefore, although Republicans and Conservatives have jumped on the gay wagon and they jumped on the LGBT wagon, they no longer stand for family values and traditional, nuclear marriage between man and wife. That's the reason I don't vote, but that's not the here or there. But Republican values have changed. It's no longer about spiritual, traditional value. They've lost that. The LGBT has infiltrated it, and as a result, I refuse to vote. But however, if you live in a mansion like these rappers, it's impossible to hate a party that's going to be looking after your interest, your financial interest, your investment. When it comes to money, there's no such thing as race or nationalism. You don't believe me? I'll do a video on it, a complex video. When it comes to money, corporate companies, I hope your ears are opening, corporate companies will leave you poor and destitute and build plants in India just so that they can keep money and provide cheap labor, and maximize profits. But they don't give a damn about creating jobs for you. Capitalism, enterprise is all about money, not nationalism, not race. There's no such thing as race when it comes to money. People marry outside their race purely for money. They could be racist, but because the money's big and tantalizing, they'll marry outside their race. I don't want to get too controversial, but money is powerful, right? So it's natural that these rappers are going to endorse money and follow the trail of money. Why do you think Louis Farrakhan all of a sudden supports racist L. Ron Hubbard Scientology? Louis Farrakhan denied slavery in Darfur. This is how he deceived black people. Louis Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, he denied slavery in Darfur because the Arabs gave him $5 million, and Louis Farrakhan now is pro-LGBT because the LGBT must have put money in his pocket. He followed the money trail. So Louis Farrakhan will mix his message according to who will pay him. So life, the way we are, is function on money. That's the only way to understand the world is money. Race and nationalism has nothing to do with it. Hence why black rappers, thugs, who are multi-millionaires, I don't call them rappers. I call them entertainers, political entertainers, because while they're keeping you down, pretending that they're being real, that they being on the streets from the hood, you don't see them in your neighborhoods. Why should they? They're living in mansions. They're living well. They don't want the likes of you to pollute their children with your dirty culture. They don't want the likes of you hanging around their positive children who are eating oysters and drinking champagne. They don't want the likes of you influencing, when their kids grow up, they'll marry into white, these rappers. They're just playing you for a sucker. And black people need to wake up and start to think in terms of money. Black people need to wake up and stop using the race card and stop living in the past and start to think about money. Or otherwise, black race is doomed and finished. Rappers are taking us for suckers. We gotta wake up and stop promoting rap music. Stop giving it to our children. That's why there's no black education. That's why we don't support our black families, because we're too heavily influenced by this dirty culture.